Hello. Having a little bit of technical issues tonight.
And a cat.
And a cat.
That wants attention right now.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us.
Are we too low in that picture, or am I
No.
noticing it weird?
I don't know. Well, welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
Two Crazy Ketos.
We are.
If you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos, we do product reviews, we talk about various keto topics, and then every Monday, we sit down on the couch for Keto on the Couch. We just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com. That's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Well, welcome to our Thursday live stream. I'm going to let you say hello to everybody. I have to go get the keto bricks.
Yes, because, well, first of all, we wanted to say thank you so much. 11,000 subscribers. Talk about excited. Like, I am so excited. Thank you guys for making that possible. And we're like, how are we going to say thank you? And I think we should have a giveaway, right? Like, giveaways are a great way to say thank you. But first, let's say hi to everybody. Look at you beautiful people. I see, let's see, I'm going to scroll all the way back to the get-go. I see Shanta. Hello, Shanta. Rhonda. James. Jason Butler, good evening. For my boys, Heath. Hey, Heath. Oh, my goodness. His meal prep this week was gorgeous, as always. If you haven't checked out Heath, watch his Meaty Monday post. I love when you're meal prepping for the week. Come right in. Keto Chow is here. Hey, everybody. Miriam and Chris, so good to see you guys. Angie is here. Steph is here. Oh, my gracious. I love this. Blue Missy. I see Tara. Tara, are you on another adventure? Let's see, booked. Oh, a next mountain visit in August. I love getting to see her 4th of July pictures with the pups, the little fur babies. It was so awesome. Emily is here. Hello, Emily. Deb is here. Brianna. I see Shelly is here. Ron, Charity's Bazaar, Floyd. So excited. I love Floyd is keeping me honest, doing my steps. I still got like 2,000 steps after this live stream again.
I know you do.
Thursdays just get away from me.
We had a very, very, very productive Thursday. We woke up early. We filmed a couple of videos. We started filming for a week-long challenge we're going to be doing, which we're not talking about because it's a little bit of a surprise. What else did we do? I feel like we
got some not great news.
Yeah, we did get some not great news. We found out that our church, which was supposed to be reopening this weekend, is not reopening for at least a month now.
We're back inside. So yeah, we have been furiously like shifting gears, taping for a different like series.
Yeah.
We've got to have a new plan, and it's nothing like Thursday when you were gonna have your plan roll out on Saturday. So I was really proud of us though. We did stick to our plan today as far as eating, and when you throw a wrench in my plan this late in the game, like I was so glad that we just didn't hit the snack bucket.
Right.
Because
no, we did really, really well. I'm really, really proud of us.
That's my normal MO.
Okay, so real quick.
Line Girl is here. Shauna is here.
We have a bunch of awesome people
I am
here
that
tonight.
mom.
So here's what happened. We got a package from Keto Brick.
We did.
And basically,
hey Keto Brick,
what they're doing is they are launching this Sunday, July 12th at noon Central Standard Time.
Sunday.
Which is 1 o'clock our time.
Okay.
I learned that a long time ago. So when you used to have to, with Keto Brick, hit refresh.
He got really good at that time.
I got really good at it, but I remember we would be at church and I would have to like run outside to my car.
Is that what you're supposed to be doing?
Well, we were in between services. But
convenient.
I would have to like try to, what happened was it only happened one time because I forgot that 12 noon, their time was an hour later our time.
Right.
And so I ran out at 12 o'clock, and I'm like, I missed them. It was all sold out. Well, they hadn't launched yet because it was still an hour behind us.
We think everything revolves around us as far as Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry for that. If you're not in Eastern Standard Time, we shouldn't just believe that the whole universe revolves around our Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. So, anyway, they're launching a new variety pack this weekend. Now, I do want to say, we are not affiliates with Keto Brick. We don't make any money if you use our link or anything like that.
Nope.
But we love Keto Brick. We love Robert and Crystal and the whole gang. Everybody there is really awesome.
We love Batman and Robin.
And so they sent us what the new variety pack is. And so what it is, you're going to get 6 bricks. There's a toasted almond, new flavor. There's a, what is this? Cookies and cream
crunch.
Peanut butter,
which
Rachel's
is my favorite.
The original mocha cream.
Mm-hmm.
A cool new packaging for coconut cream.
How cute is that?
I like that new packaging.
It's so like stealth, man, slick.
And it's going to include the chocolate malt,
which is the brand new flavor.
That's the brand new flavor. So
6 bricks, 6 flavors.
They sent us this. You can't see that because I have the clouds up.
Oh, okay.
So they sent us these. But I have a ton of keto bricks.
No.
I mean, I have a lot of keto
And we
bricks.
hit 11,000 subscribers.
So
we're gonna give that away.
We're going to give these away during tonight's live stream.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, do we give it away as an entire package? One person gets all 6. Or do we give away 6 different bricks?
We're going go big or go home.
We're going to go big or go home.
Somebody is getting all 6 bricks, the entire package, because 11,000 subscribers is a lot.
Okay.
That's a huge thing.
So we're going to use this software, but I think doing this...
We have to have a hashtag.
The hashtag is going to be hashtag keto brick.
Keto brick.
But don't say it yet because I believe...
You didn't say it. Did I say it?
When
I said it.
you do it, I can only give you a certain amount of time.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to wait a little bit.
Okay, so wait.
And when we tell you, you're going to have 10 minutes to enter hashtag keto brick at some point during the live stream.
I like it.
And then we're going to pick the winner after 10 minutes.
Are you going to boop me so that I know what's happening?
I will.
Okay.
I will. So go ahead and say hello to everybody while I finish setting this up.
So I actually posed.
There you go.
I actually posed a question to everybody. Gigi Girl's here. Hey, Gigi Girl. I actually posed a question in Instagram because this is summertime, and we need some throwback Thursday ideas for staying cool in the summertime. I feel like I need to tap into my childhood way of keeping cool because I can remember enjoying summertime as a child, even in South Florida. It was balls hot, just like it is right now, and still was able to stay cool. So some of the things that I did to stay cool is we did a lot of like playing with the hose and the sprinklers in the front yard. Did you guys do that? Of course, I would always have my brother test the hose first because it would be like the hottest of hot water. I'd be like, hey, check the hose, and then we can play in it. And yeah, of course, it would like totally scald him, and I would avoid being scalded because I'm a terrible sister, but you know, that's what I do. So what were your favorite ways during your childhood to stay cool during the summertime? What did you like to do?
We were fortunate. We lived on the water in New York, which down here in South Florida,
spoiled.
We have there's basically, I guess you can call it a canal, right?
Yeah.
You have the ocean, then you have a strip of land, which is like A1A.
Right.
And then there's a water, it's like a giant canal, and then there's the mainland.
Mm-hmm.
Down here, that's called the Intercoastal Waterway.
Right.
Because there's inlets on like every so often where you can kind of get in there and you're protected from the main Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
In New York, we had a similar thing. We didn't call it the Intercoastal Waterway.
What did you call it?
It was actually called Reynolds Channel.
That doesn't sound as fun.
Well, that's what it was called. But
sounds like aluminum foil.
we lived directly on the water at my mom's house, and we had like a floating dock.
All right.
And so there was a dock that stuck over the water, and then we had a floating dock that we would have taken out every wintertime because otherwise, storms, freezing, ruin the wood, that kind of thing. But my sister and I would just go out into the backyard. We were never allowed in the house during the summer.
Oh,
it was
us
like,
either.
Get outside.
When I was like, wake up and get out.
Yeah. So that's what we did. We spent a lot of time just in the water, basically salt water, but you didn't have to deal with all of the waves from the Atlantic Ocean and everything like that. Funny thing is I remember we used to really want to get into the water. We would, around Memorial Days when you would get in the water. It was cold for us.
Day one.
But that water never got over like 68, 72 degrees.
That's perfect.
You won't see me in the water down here. Like right at this, you are not going in the water when it's 72 degrees right now. Our pool's like 85 degrees and Rachel's like, it's a little cold to go in there. And I'm the same way.
Anthony lives in the pool.
He does. They love being in the pool.
Yeah.
But that's what we did. So we spent a lot of time fishing off of the dock, going swimming because we had the floating dock. We would just go swimming in there. We went out on the boat. We had a small little boat. I had a rowboat, and then we had a little small, like 21-foot boat that we would go out in.
So for me now, Reynolds Channel is what I'm going to start naming the empty cardboard tube that's like the end result of you've used up all the aluminum foil on the roll, and what is left is a long toilet paper-like roll. That's going to be Reynolds Channel. That's what I'm calling it.
Nice.
That's what I'm calling it. All right, so let's see. James says it's Texas, it's 93 and feels like 103. I believe that.
I'm going to finish setting up the giveaway on my laptop.
I absolutely believe that because it was 91 today and it didn't even feel anywhere near 91. I was certain that we were in the hundreds. Sel Marie says 90 in Chicago. Steph says went for a 2-mile walk at 8:30 last night and was still so hot and humid. It was like I stepped out of the shower by the time I got home. That is exactly how I feel like after my morning, walks. I have to take a shower as soon as I came in. I am drenched from head to toe, drenched. Tara says it was 68 on the mountaintop I left yesterday. Oh man, that would have been very, very hard to leave that place. Not only is it beautiful, but it's 68 degrees. Oh my gosh. So it is actually, yes. So James says it is happy birthday to Autumn's mom,
Chris. That's
Chris
right. Mama
Jones.
Chris. Is she in the house?
She is 55 years young today.
She looks awesome.
Can we just sing happy birthday?
Yeah.
Mama
sure
Chris.
she'll see it somewhere.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mama Chris. Happy birthday to you and many more. We love Mama Chris. All right, so let's see. Shelly says it's 71 in my house and I'm sure it's 90 outside. Okay, so I'm moving in with you because the thermostat police over here is keeping it at 77.
Wait a second. That is so not true.
Well, I mean, every time you turn your back, I'm turning it down.
No. Well, you better stop because I'm going to turn it off soon because somebody keeps turning it way down. But now, I actually have been a little bit better because it has been hot. Of course, our electric bill is approaching over $400.
Just stop looking. It's just going to depress you.
Well, no. We're just going to do something about it. But now, I think I've been a little bit better. I've been keeping the house at like 74, 75 during the day because
it's so
we're
bad.
spending it. You just feel hot. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything.
No, thank you. That's but happy wife, happy life.
So, but we've been spending a lot of time in this front room.
Yeah.
And right now the air conditioner's kicked on. It gets hot.
It does. The
and
lights.
So when we're going to film in here, I try to get this front room
cool it down.
super cold. So really, it's been like in the low 70s. Also, by the way, if it says 74 out there on the thermostat, these rooms are like 68 because it's making the boys' rooms go to 74. It only measures their rooms, and their rooms are much warmer. So if you look on the individual like sensors, it'll say their rooms are 74 and it'll say this room is 68 because it's using an average kind of thing.
I appreciate your explanation and breakdown, and I do not believe a word of it.
Plus, I've been turning on the office AC a lot for
You're
you.
awesome. Oh my gosh.
But you're still unhappy about it.
Stop. No.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. Maureen says, hello, everyone. Hello, Miss Maureen. Let's see. Brandon says, hello, family. Sandra says, I water walked on Tuesday and today for an hour. Our wellness center just opened it this week by appointment only. Feels good to be back in the pool. Yeah, what a great idea. Actually, Anthony brought home like 14 pool noodles. And I feel like there's definitely some exercises and walks that we can do in the water, floating on the pool noodle and staying cool and wet inside. That's great. I love that. My mom used to do a lot of water aerobics, and she's like, she would do it with like a seniors class, which was like super cute. They're not doing it right now, but she was like, you think that is not going to give you a workout because you're like, how hard could they work? And she's like, it's serious. Like, you actually are working up a sweat even though you're in the water. Crazy. April says, hello, everybody. Steve, for the win, says, been a while since I made it to a stream that's actually live. Well, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Constance is here. Ron says, we hear you. I love that. Thank you guys for letting us know that the sound and stuff is good.
Are we that far behind that we're just getting to the thumbs up?
Absolutely.
You guys were super active in the chat before we got started. Wow, you guys are awesome.
So Mike says that your resolution looks like you're using the 2010 filter. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that means. I'm
going to hope it's good. Is it good? Is that bad?
I don't know if that's bad or if that's good.
I don't know. Is it bad or is that good? Okay, so let's see. Carly's mama says, greetings from Northern Nevada.
Okay, so all of a sudden it just jumped way down to like after we started the live stream.
Oh, okay.
So let's just go back to, so sorry about your church. Now again, please just ever hit the like button. If you're watching on a mobile device, just exit out of the chat for just a quick second, hit the little like button. It really does help the channel out. If you have a comment that you really want us to see, you want to make sure we get to it, you can always use the little, what is that thing called down there? Super chat down below, and throw a couple dollars, and it kind of highlights your chat real quick.
I love how Brandon said, 11,000, we rockin'. Because yes, it is you. It is not us. It is you guys. You guys are making this happen, and thank you so much for being with us. Sticking with, I mean, we are crazy.
We are.
Nuts. And y'all are just like admitting that you know us. I love that. Thank you.
Shannon said, hi, Rachel and Joe. Did you know it rains every day in Florida?
It does.
Has it ruined our vacation at all? Yes, it does. Every day, like clockwork, down here, somewhere between like 2:30 and 4 o'clock.
So here's the thing. Lately, for the last couple weeks, it hasn't even been a rain. It has been a full-blown storm.
The hotter it is, the worse it's going to be in the afternoon.
So usually the next morning when I go for my walk, I'm looking at overturned chairs, overturned buckets, things blown down. I usually like go down my street and you sort of know what different things belong in different people's yards because you've been seeing it. And so I'm writing statues the whole way down the street because things are just getting blown over. We had a Jesus statue in the front. It took his head clean off.
And it only lasts for about 15 minutes, and then you look outside and it looks like it's never rained at all.
I know, because the grass is like monstrous here. It's like sucks all the water up.
So Tara said, sorry about your church. I am back to entirely work from home because I happen to live in the corner of Ohio that is a mess.
Yeah, Florida has really got hit hard this last week with our news, and we sort of figured it might happen because Miami went pretty hard as far as like, you know, going back and rolling back restrictions, and so like we next, and that's kind of what happened.
So Floyd said, I am keep getting 10,000 steps on, girl. Love you helping me to stay focused.
Well, I love you helping me to stay focused because I need that. I need that accountability.
He said, I apologize for hijacking the chat, but I found out on Tuesday that I may have MS.
Okay.
I'm going to a specialist on the 17th to make sure. Fingers crossed.
We are absolutely going to keep you in prayer.
Praying for you. I just lost the chat. There it goes.
Oh my gracious. Okay. Thank you for letting us know and keep us posted.
Yes, please. Yeah, it says we have an excellent connection. So, okay.
Lying to us. All right. So, Gigi's girl says, love the keto coffee video. Now,
Thank you.
We actually had a question. I want to say it was April that posted that said, like, do you have to use a certain C8, C12, C10?
No, you don't. So I prefer 100% C8 because when I'm using MCT oil, I really want to get the cognitive functions and the benefits from it.
Almost sounded like you needed it right then.
So I really want the benefits. So I really do look for pure C8. Pure C8 is more expensive than a lot of times you're gonna find a blend. It's gonna be like a blend of C8, C10, C12. Sometimes you can find a blend of just C8, C10.
Yeah.
If that's all you can find, don't worry about it. It is much cheaper. Even the Perfect Keto, I believe they do sell a blend and then they sell the pure C8. I like to buy the pure C8. It's worth like an extra like $4 or $5 for me. But you don't have to, and you can use any brand. I would suggest, I think there's a good one is Brain Octane. You can buy it at Whole Foods and stuff like that.
Brain Octane.
I would suggest though, looking for ones that are coming from coconut.
Okay.
You can also get them from palm. If you are gonna get them from palm, make sure it says that it is sustainably sourced because
yes, they will kill the whole tree.
They can kill the whole tree if it's not done correctly, but I prefer to get the ones from coconut. But yeah, you can use any brand. We just happen to like have the Perfect Keto. Again, it's a little bit harder to find straight C8, and I just like the feeling. I can use a lot less to get the same result. So I can use, basically, I only need like a quarter to a half a tablespoon of C8 to really like get revved up.
Yeah,
you know,
you are
it's the equivalent of like if you're gonna take that and you're gonna get the same feeling for like 2 hours adding that MCT oil to C8 as you would of just taking a giant serving of, you know, ketones, like exogenous ketones. It's only gonna last you like 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, this will last you a long time. But I cannot stress enough that if you are not used to MCT oil,
slow.
Like when I say a teaspoon, I mean a teaspoon.
Unless you're like me and you like bathroom pyrotechnics.
Yeah. Oh.
I like bathroom pyrotechnics.
But it will happen. And also, you are alert on like a level that can be kind of uncomfortable if you're not used to it. You're like, oh my gosh.
You can get a little spinny. Like I want to say it's kind of like a high feeling almost.
Yeah.
You can get a little bit loopy if you're not used to it. I always suggest people start off with MCT oil powder. MCT oil powder, like we mentioned in the video, has less distress on your system, so you most likely won't get like all of those gastric distress and like the runs and all of that stuff. And it's not quite as powerful. You're still going to get cognitive function, but not as much as if you're taking straight C8 liquid.
The liquid, you're like, I'm pretty sure I'm Albert Einstein now. Like, I can see smell. Yeah. Like, it's pretty, you're alert.
But if you like seeing high keto numbers, some people just want to chase those high numbers. I personally don't care. Just have it just like a teaspoon in your mouth. You don't even have to put it in coffee, and then go check the ketones 30 minutes later and watch them go through the roof.
Crazy, crazy. Steph says, I need to make some pucks. Ordered 4 to 5 over a month ago and have only used 1 brick so far. Yeah, making the pucks is the way to go, and just keeping them in the fridge is awesome. April says, my son and I went to our town over about 45 minutes away today. We shopped some and had lunch at Buffalo Wild Wings. He's 21 and on keto too.
That's
so we
awesome.
had a great Mama Sunday. April, I love that. That is really precious. And Buffalo Wild Wings is a great place to go with everybody. Everyone can get something to eat there.
Oh, door locked.
Oh, our door's like ding dong. Everything is singing to us. All of our appliances and things. All right. So Steph says, I won't win because I know nothing about hashtags.
You're going to put the number sign.
The number sign.
And then keto brick when we tell you to.
Yeah, it's coming. All right, so Shanta says, I'm ready. Want to try those bricks? Steve says, all I know is that here in California, we are running through sprinklers to survive and taking extra baths. Yes, I am definitely not somebody that takes a cold shower, but I'm at least taking a cool shower. There is nobody in my house that's fogging up bathroom mirrors right now. I still like the shower hot, but it's funny. So I feel like lately, if you go take a shower in the middle, like when I get home from work, years ago, I went and I spent a week and a half
in Scottsdale, Arizona, in the middle of July. It was actually the end of July. And I remember it was ridiculously hot. You, of course, didn't sweat. And
No.
at the time, I was still living in New York. But I remember going in there and, like, you could never get cold water. You couldn't even get cool water coming out of the faucet. That's how it is right now. When I go to take a shower, like when I get home from work, I turn that like all the way down and the water is still like super hot coming out of the faucet.
I gotta say though, normally I feel like I am living with 3 Jack Nicholsons, and as good as it gets, coming out, it's just like a fog of like hot water coming out of the bathroom. And right now, I'm not experiencing that because everybody's taking it down a notch as far as the temperature goes.
Shelly said, Taro, I kill all plants too, so find the cheap ones. I have the best success with succulents.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Because I succulent at
Rachel
gardening.
killed the chia pet.
I did.
She killed the chia pet.
So Nancy says, use a slip and slide. Okay, so I loved slip and slide. And in fact, Anthony loves slip and slides too.
Mm.
And I remember having a slip and slide before I was like 16 years old and starting to like kind of grow stuff up here. And then after going down that slip and slide is a very different experience as an adult woman.
We've had numerous slip and
Very
slides,
different.
even though we have a pool. Anthony loves a slip and slide and he'll put one anywhere. As a matter of fact, he told John Paul said, when are you going to come up and see my house? And Anthony's like, when you have a slip and slide in your backyard.
Well, they're probably going to put out the long roll of garbage bags with some laundry detergent on it, or, you know,
I believe we've done that.
We have done that.
In our old house where we didn't have a pool one year, we took a giant tarp, we set up a bunch of chairs, we've talked about this before,
Yes.
a bunch of chairs in the front, so that the tarp, like, you know how you make a fort in your living room with your kids or your grandkids or whatever? We inverted that. We put the chairs up, put a tarp in, and then filled it with water and sat in our front yard.
In our front yard.
In our front yard.
We are unashamed. We are unashamed.
It was that hot.
It was that hot. So, oh my goodness. Okay, so Steve says, too old for slip and slides. Maybe if we add some memory foam. I actually think that's the way to go. If we could just pad that thing like some Skechers sneakers down there, I think I would really enjoy that. Miriam says water fights. Yes. So Costco and BJ's sell those ones where, what are they called? Are they the H2O splash balloons? You just have one point at your hose and they are filling up water balloons all at the same time. I think it's $20 for a set and you get like 400 water balloons and they fill up and close themselves off at the same time, which is kind of awesome. So yes, I'm all about the water balloon fight. Oh, Elise says popsicles. Yes. And I thought I saw somebody said that they would make Zip Fizz popsicles.
Mm-hmm.
Zip Fizz popsicles, I think, would be a total win. Floyd says, when I was a girl in a family of 10 kids, used to put a cow tank under the rain gutters, fill it, and swim in it. That actually sounds very, very fun. All right, so Carmen said, we had a swimming hole at the river or I would head into the woods. We used to go around Lake Okeechobee area in the middle of Florida, and which would be freshwater, and we would go on rope swings. And I will never forget, though, I had an uncle, I was in the middle of a rope swing, and he actually caught me in midair and threw me in the boat because there was a water moccasin right underneath where I was about to land. He plucked me out of the air.
Okay, so Krista said we went without AC for 1 week summer, for a 1 week summer, and my mom put a comforter over the window to cool the living room down. She took the blanket down, the blinds had melted.
The blinds had melted. I believe that. My mom actually just got shutters on her windows.
Is she gonna keep them on?
So it was so funny. She just started closing them all. She's like, it's gonna be a bat cave in here. And so one of her neighbors was like, are we allowed to do that? And she's like, we are. We're doing it. Because we don't have an HOA. Like, right. HOAs can tell you, like, you can't close your shutters or whatever.
Technically, I mean, code enforcement could come.
They're leaving everybody alone right now.
They're not bothering anybody right now.
So she's like, I'm going to keep it like Batman's cave in here. Maybe she'll solve some crimes. It'd be exciting. I could see her as, like, going through the night on her little 3-wheeler bike with her dog like Batman and Robin.
Tara said we played in the house a lot. Other than that, I've never liked summer. I just don't like to be hot. I'd rather be cold any day. Me too.
My mom totally was like your mom. Like, it's summertime, get out and move around.
And oh, by the way, growing up, I mean, my mom still doesn't. We didn't have air conditioning.
Well,
my mom was like, "There's an ocean breeze."
Well, oh, Lord.
Plus, most of the houses don't have air conditioning up there. I mean, if you have air conditioning, it's window ACs.
I'm sorry.
But
who hurt you?
But my mom didn't want to buy window ACs because she's like, it's too expensive to run and there's an ocean breeze.
No. We had air conditioning, but my mom was like, go outside. And they actually carpeted our garage because they were intentional, like, you're going outside. And she was like, because of course our question would be, when can we come inside? And she would be like, you'll know because the lights in the street will go on. And when that street light goes on, then you can come inside. I mean, she would even like feed us outside. Or we would go in the pool and we had like one of those little wet bars.
Right.
Where you just had a window and she would slide our food out to it. Because we would try to come inside saying
your
we're
grandfather
hungry.
even built a shower out there, right?
He built a shower out there with a shower curtain because my mom was like, no, what are all the excuses that you could have as a kid?
Did you have a porta potty?
For coming inside. No.
Oh, no, but you had a door to the bathroom from the outside, right?
Did.
We don't have that here.
Man, she was set up. Set up.
Come right in said, I remember as a kid when I was super hot in our non-air conditioned house, my mom would have us kids sleep on sheets in the living room instead of upstairs in our bedrooms.
What a fun memory to have. She's saying it's a fond memory, yeah. Mm-hmm. My grandmother, you never wanted to go to my grandmother's house in the summer. It was super, super hot. She was a Southern cook. Everything was fried. It was delicious, but it was hot because everything was cooked in oil on her stove, heating up the house with no air conditioning. And she had one of those giant metal fans. You know what I'm talking about? Like, like it really should be in a warehouse someplace. And, you know, for child-proofing for the grandchildren, they put like some chicken wire over the front of it. And then my grandfather would say, like, don't stick your finger in there. And I'd be like, and your question, why? What do you mean, why? Be like, because it'll take your finger clean off.
Okay, so I just saw Blumsy wrote, water balloon fights, swimming in or hanging out with our feet in the canal, and spray the hose on each other.
Absolutely. There is something magical about putting your feet in water. I can sit out around any campsite. Like when we would go camping, we'd be in open air if there's no breeze, because if we would be like in fresh water, a lot of times, you know, you don't have that ocean breeze. Get mommy a bucket, and I'm putting my feet in it, and it will change my attitude.
Yep. Shelly grew up 7 years with no AC. I learned to take cold baths before bed and sleep with wet hair.
Good idea.
It was the only way to fall asleep. Yeah, again, I grew up without AC. Rachel's complaining. You didn't know any different because even the schools, like in the schools that I went to, we didn't have AC. They just opened the windows during the summer.
I can't
There
even
was
imagine
no
now.
AC. I'm sure there's still no AC in any of the schools that I grew up in.
It's different when you're a kid, though, I think.
It's not cold. It's not hot up there as long. It's only hot for a couple of months. But when I came down here,
well, you have no negotiation skills.
I was so not used to the heat down here. That first year, see, you wish you would have been married to me when I first moved down here.
Did you keep it like 68 degrees?
The first year that I lived here, that AC never went over 68.
Wow.
Like, I kept my house because I was always hot. The next year, it went up to 75.
Now, normally, I think, you know, people do adapt to the weather, but there is no adapting to this.
Yeah.
Like, there is no making peace. There's lizards that are knocking on our front door being like, you got room in there? Like, I could pay rent. Crazy.
Jessica said, my dad made us a slip and slide. If we slid off the slide, off of it, we would get cut from the hard plastic, but we didn't care.
Oh my goodness. Do you know how many summers that I have put off getting a slide for our pool? Because when I grew up, a lot of people had that hard fiberglass, like plastic slide for their pool.
Right.
But it never quite met with the lip of the pool as
I was looking for my glasses.
Oh, okay. And a lot of time, I knew so many kids at school who had like bumped their chin or knocked out a tooth on one of those slides. And so every year the kids would say, "Can we get a slide for the pool?" No.
Okay, so
Rachel's here. Hey,
Angie said we lived in the city of Philadelphia. We would play under the fire hydrant.
Oh, how fun!
Someone would have a key to set it off. It was a big deal for all the kids in the neighborhood.
I love that. I would always see that on movies and think that looked like so much fun.
Mike said I melted down 2 coconut keto bricks and added a scoop of salted caramel keto chow powder.
Wow.
And some caramel flavor drops. You just reminded me they've been chilling in the fridge for 2 days now.
That sounds really good. Yvette says, I have a love-hate relationship with my AC. It's great when it works, but do you watch it during the summer and you're like, don't you quit on me. Don't you quit. Like, don't give up now. Anytime we're in the neighborhood and I see an AC van in someone's driveway, I immediately just start praying for them. Like, that just stinketh.
Chris said 68 degrees is 30 degrees fewer than 98 degrees. It's also a lot less Drew
Leahy, yes. Gary says 95 in Detroit with no AC. Inside temperature crept up to 87. That's when my stomach starts to hurt and I'm like, all right, kids, let's put on our shoes. We're going to the mall. Not to buy anything, just to walk around in it.
Tara said, beautiful thing about my husband working nights, I have complete control over the thermostat while he's gone. Now, I do make it cold at night. Just during the day, I'm like, you know what, 77 degrees is perfectly fine unless we're shooting a video. But at night, we drop it, especially in our room. And we have the Uller and the chili blanket.
That has helped.
So, like, I actually wake up halfway through the night having to turn mine off because I've been very cold.
I haven't turned mine off. But what's happened is it's helped me to sleep through the night because I'm one of those people that if I'm hot, I cannot sleep. I don't think I ever slept at my grandparents' house. Like, I slept over, but like no sleeping because you're just sitting there laying in your sweat.
The problem that we have with the Uller and the chili blanket, as we've said before, it shares the circuit with our kitchen. So I have to have them completely unplugged until we go to bed.
Yeah.
Because like earlier, Anthony went and used the toaster oven. We were laying in bed watching the movie, and then I went out to my office to do something. I'm like, why is nothing on?
Yeah.
And yeah, he tripped the breaker. What is with you?
They're fighting.
Oh.
She wants
Are they fighting or?
Well, she wants to be around.
Oh.
Go lay down.
Go night night.
Go night night.
So yeah, so we have to. I always forget to turn it on at night, and I'll come in there at like 10 o'clock at night, and Rachel's like out cold. I'm like, oh, poor Rachel.
She gets very
jealous
jealous
had to go to bed.
that Charity gets to stay on the bench. But there is no human way that we can have her laying on the bench with us.
No.
She's like 120 pounds.
No. So Melissa said, we always did slip and slide in the summer and would also swim in my cousin's above ground pools.
I always like how creative the little kid sprinklers get. Over the years, I mean, they keep stepping up their game. They have the ones that are like wacky waving, inflatable arm flailing, tube man squirting out stuff.
So it's 9:14.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is go ahead, if you're interested in winning the keto bricks.
Number sign or
you're gonna
hashtag.
Put the hashtag, which is the number sign, and then keto brick.
Keto brick.
All one word. Here, I'm going to type it here, so in case you're somebody like me who doesn't know, this is what you're going to type in.
Oh, nope, that's not it. You said keto brick.
Well, I'm leaning across.
Keto brick. Nope, now it says keto bick.
B-R-I-C-K.
Nope. K.
Why is it not working?
You're so old.
I'm typing it.
There you go. You got it. Grandpa Joe.
That's what I want everybody to type. So if
Did
it? Yeah, we're just up in the chat.
Oh, okay.
So you go ahead, you put that in there, and then in 15 minutes before we end the stream, we're going to draw a winner, and we're going to give these away.
All right, so Steve for the win says 100 in the Central Valley of California. Humidity is just high enough for the evap cooler not to work and no air conditioner. Actually, Caleb does not have a working air conditioner in his car. We have got to help him.
I have helped him.
Make an appointment.
We try to make an appointment. The guy is not returning us. He may just end up having to take it into a shop and get it done.
You don't want to have no air conditioning in a car right now.
No.
First car, you get the beater car and yeah.
Let's see. Slapstick said, ew, I am not a fan myself. I'm more the math where you write the answer.
Okay.
I'm more into math where you write the answer. I missed something.
Joe says, wow, I'm older than Autumn's mom. Yes, I mean, you're approaching Autumn's
50.
Mom's age.
I
Yeah.
am. Steve for the Win said it's 100 in the Central Valley, California. Humidity
I know.
is just
I just
high
read that.
enough. Okay, well,
That's
I was
okay.
setting up the
I love you,
giveaway.
Grandpa Joe.
Okay.
Shelly says, we turned it down to 68 at night and then used the chili pad at the lowest setting.
Yeah, we have the
Heck
chili. We have
yes.
the coolers at the lowest setting. I've got our bedroom at 70 degrees at night.
April says, dang, I'm late. You were right on time.
So if you are joining us late, Keto Brick is launching a new bundle pack this week. Like, it's a variety pack where you can try all the different ones. You want to go over them real quick?
Yeah, there is the original mocha, peanut butter, chocolate malt, which is the new one, cookies and cream crunch, toasted almond coconut, and this the new packaging was for which one is it?
That's coconut cream. The
Coconut
original
cream. Oh, there
coconut
it is.
cream,
Coconut cream.
which was one of your favorites.
So hashtag Keto Brick
They
in the
can't see
chat
them, of course.
right now. Hashtag Keto Brick or # Keto Brick is going to give you a chance to win the entire bundle.
Yeah. So, yeah, they send them to us. We're going to give them away to you guys. One person gets to win it.
Chris says, I was married with 2 kids before I finally got my first car that had AC. How sweet is that?
My first car didn't have AC either.
Mine did have an AC. Did you have to climb in the window of yours like the Dukes of Hazzard?
No, but I had roll down windows. I had hand crank windows.
Okay, so the car that I was supposed to get as my first car, a Ford Tempo, that belonged to my mom, and I was supposed to get it handed down to me, that had the hand crank windows. But my daddy decided that I was going to get a new car. My mom was like, what? Why does she get the new car? Thanks, Daddy.
Mike said chili pet sounds like it would be messy with all beef in bed.
Oh, yes. Oh, but chili doesn't have beans, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
That's right.
Kim says, I turned my bedroom air down to 61 a night. Okay, so do you have room in your bedroom for a young lady like me?
The only thing is, when it does,
I love a freezing room.
I've had it turned down at night, and then halfway through the night, you tell me it's cold. Or, get this, she sleeps with the Uller pad, the pad that's on the mattress,
Yes.
at the lowest setting, which
Yes.
is 58 degrees. Then she puts the chili blanket on top and puts it on heat.
Well, I like to be cozy.
Okay, but
I like to be cozy.
which one do you want? It's
Both.
like, before we got the chili blankets, she would sleep, like, make me turn the air down and then sleep with a heating pad across, or a heating blanket across her.
I would like both. Both of them. So, Right Family, hey Right Family, how are you guys doing? Says, my first car barely had a motor. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yours was not much better.
My first car didn't last more than 3 weeks. It was, I forgot what year it was. It was a Chevy Vega, and there was a giant hole in the passenger floorboard.
Awesome.
You could put
keep
your
cool.
legs through it like Fred Flintstone.
Yep.
And I owned it for a couple weeks. It was gifted to me. The
Was
problem
that a nice gift? Could you return that
well,
gift?
it really wasn't a nice gift because it couldn't pass inspection. So in New York, you have inspections, and it wasn't just like an emissions inspection like we used to have down here. It was full on. We're checking the brakes and everything, and the axle was half snapped.
Nice. My friend Kathy got a $100 car. I don't even remember what it was, except for it was the square kind, like a child would draw it.
I'm gonna put
her-
Tabitha Night because
Night-night,
she's like
'cause
going nuts.
She's very upset that she cannot be next to Charity. But yes, we spent more time outside of the vehicle, pushing the vehicle to give it the run along the side start than we actually spent inside of the vehicle. All right, so Gail, hey Gail, she says, you missed me. I was way up at the top. I've been here the whole time. I'm so glad you're here. Kim says, my husband sleeps with a long sleeve shirt and he is way too cold.
I'm not that bad. I want to be cold at night. I have to find the right temperature. If I'm too cold, I can't sleep, but I do not want to be hot. My feeling is like, you can always put clothes on, but you can't
get more naked.
You can't get more naked than naked. And like, unfortunately, there's times of the day where I just can't be naked.
Yeah,
and
please
so,
don't. Like, we get letters. So the Wright family was talking about their Geo was 0 to 60 in 1 month with a pedal to the floor.
What movie were we? Oh, we finally finished Knives Out.
Great movie. If you have not seen it, it was good.
It was good. But the car chase.
Yes, it was hilarious.
And I'm like, how much did Hyundai try to pay them to not air that scene or change the car, right?
Because she cannot outrun anything. It's so slow.
The guy, it was so funny. The guy's like, can you put your foot to the floor? She's like, my foot is literally on the floor. And I'm like, this is not. I think she was driving a Hyundai Accent, if I remember right.
But maybe
Who's gonna know? Chris, I guarantee you, if he's seen that movie, he's gonna know.
Maybe.
Who knows the model of the car?
In the Knives Out.
Okay, here's a good one. First person that we can come across that puts the correct model of the car that she is driving in that chase scene, we will give away a free t-shirt, Two Crazy Ketos t-shirt. You email us, we'll send you a coupon code for a free shirt from Two Crazy Ketos website.
I think that's a great idea. Okay. What is the model car?
What model car was she driving in the car chase on Knives Out?
Knives Out.
Now I gotta look it up.
I cannot believe Jamie Lee Curtis.
We need your old job. Old job, I would have been able to look this right up.
IMDb. IMDb. Okay, so Wright family. Okay, so she was talking about the Geo. Keto on a Budget is here. Hello. That sounds like the car from Where the Heart Is. Oh my gracious, I love that movie. That is such a cute movie. But yes, didn't she like lose a flip flop or something while she was pregnant in that movie? Christopher said, I just finished my fudge today and I'm making the Muddy Buddy tomorrow. Yum. Paula Marie says, hey Rachel, what are you drinking? Looks delish. Well, I am drinking a fruit punch Zip Fizz because that is my absolute
Okay, I got the answer. I got the answer.
You got the answer.
I know what car she was driving.
Shauna says, my first car was a 71 Super Beetle and, I lost it. It was Shanta.
There it is.
Yes, it was a 71 Super Beetle, and it had 5.
No, at 5 foot. She's 5'1".
Oh, and I could stand up in the back. How cute is that? You're fun sized.
Somebody just gave us a
oh my
super
gracious,
chat.
Steph,
thank you so much for the $10 super chat. She said, you missed my question on the fast video. How does Perfect Keto Collagen and the orange calming powder affect a fast?
Okay.
Jordan Skinny Syrup breaks it, but what about the other two? So, technically, the collagen is going to break a fast.
Yeah.
That's protein. Protein is going to stop autophagy.
Yeah.
So that if you're looking for fast, it also depends on what you're trying to fast for. Like we talked about on the coffee video, if you are fasting for longevity, anything with calories, like, if you're a 4-calorie coffee, like technically would break it, but like most people are going to go through it. But anything that has calories, if you're doing any kind of butter or anything like that, you're breaking a fast for longevity. If you're just fasting for some weight loss, a lot of people will say anything under 50 calories isn't going to break your fast. Like Dr. Barry will tell you, try to avoid putting something like butter in your coffee, like if you're intermittent fasting. But if you need to do something, like a half a tablespoon of butter, just enough to give your coffee that flavor, get you through to the next meal, but keep it really low because your body's got to use that fat first before it can get back to its own fat.
My thigh fat.
The orange calming powder.
You mean like calm? Like the
it again depends on what you're doing. I know that when we are fasting, generally we stick with like the keto chow drops. But we have used the calm powder. I mean, it's basically magnesium. It's got a little bit of flavoring in it. I don't remember if there's any. I don't think there's any carbs in it.
I don't think so. But Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're really wanting to make sure that you get your magnesium, but you're
Use
not
Keto Chow
wanting to break the fast, try the Keto Chow magnesium drops.
But if you don't like them because they do have
a flavor,
well, not a flavor, a taste. They're very bitter.
You can bury them in a lot of water though.
Yeah.
Like it, the more water. A lot of times, what I will do is just take it like a shot, but you're gonna get that taste.
Yeah. But I honestly, like, if it comes to you need magnesium and you're fasting and you don't have anything else, use the Calm. You definitely, that magnesium is going to help you sleep. It's going to help calm you down. It's going to stop you from having the leg cramps and things like that at night. So I would definitely go with that first. But thank you very much for that $10 super chat.
Yeah, it may cause a little bit of bathroom issues, too.
But we like that.
Everybody does.
Well, we like that, though.
Yep. Oh, gracious.
Chris said, I had a car that had a giant hole in the floor. When it rained, you had to cover it with your foot to keep you from getting sprayed in the face.
Aww. Like if you went through a puddle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Steve said, when my wife and I got married, we shared a Dodge Shadow in Washington State. The driver door did not open, and it had no heater. Happy things have changed.
Yeah. Now, my mom had a 79 Chevy Nova, which I think is still on the road someplace because that engine was like going to last forever. And the door only opened one time a day. Once. I've told this story before. This is my sad, traumatic child story. One time a day it opened, and my brother went to elementary school before I went to middle school. Now, if you've heard our story before, you know I was a chubby middle schooler. And now I'm getting dropped off at school, and I cannot get the door open of that vehicle. So I had to climb through the window to get out of the car when my mom would drop me off at school. Of course, you could open it if you got out and open the door from the outside. However, my mom was usually in a house coat with rollers. So I'd be like, no.
Pause.
I will
we have
climb.
2 minutes left.
Okay.
If you're interested in winning the keto bricks, again, they sent us a package of 6 keto bricks, which is what the new bundle that is launching on Sunday is.
Bundle.
We're giving them away because we already have a lot of keto brick. So just type hashtag keto brick in the comments section, and in 2 minutes, we're going to pick the winner from everybody that did that.
I love the word bundle.
You have to, by the way, live in the United States. I'm sorry, but
it's so
unfortunately,
fun.
we're not allowed to legally hold something that in for Canada.
I love the word bundle. I also enjoy the word fork. It's a funny word, right? Fork.
Carol said, my first car lasted 1 day, died in a Lake Worth bridge, and someone hit me and totaled itself.
Oh my goodness. That's awful. Lapita said, my first new car had a glitch that when the temperature outside the car... Oop, you moved me.
Where'd it go?
We're so old. We can't find stuff.
It just moved.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
My first new car had a glitch that when the temperature outside the car hit 100 degrees, the computer thought it was 0 degrees, gave a freezing warning, and wouldn't let me turn off the heater. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that reminds me. So when I was a teenager, I remember driving at this point. So we lived on Long Island, but we had property in upstate New York. In Monticello, we had just an acre property on Swinging Bridge Lake. There was we didn't have a house. We
you look
literally
much fancier than me, sir.
We pitched a tent. Where you had a place that you would vacation on a pier. We had to pitch a tent.
Okay.
And then drive up and down the lake with a rowboat and find abandoned docks, bring them back to our property.
Okay.
Take them apart, take the nails out, and with a handsaw, cut them in pieces.
So maybe you weren't the Kennedys.
We definitely
I'm
weren't.
picturing.
They were awesome times, though.
Yeah.
They were really awesome times. But, so one time we go up, my mom's car breaks down.
Okay.
Now, we're 2.5 hours from home. So we have to go rent a car to get home.
Oh, yes.
We don't have, we didn't grow up with a lot of money. So my dad went to this place called Rent-A-Wreck.
Rent-A-Wreck. How is that even a business?
Rent-A-Wreck.
Is that a...
Yes, I'll get to it.
Oh my gracious.
So this Rent-A-Wreck, we're driving home, and oh, by the way, it's the weekend. And so where we were, a lot of people, there were a lot of bungalows in upstate New York. And what would happen is...
That's a good word, too.
Families would go up, and they spent the entire summer up there, the wives and all of the children. The husbands would come up on Friday night, and then they would go back home late Sunday night. So they spent the weekends with their family, but during the week they were home, and then the wives and the children were like this during the summertime. That meant traffic going home was a lot longer. Like add an extra hour or so to the trip home.
And you're in a wreck.
We're in a rent-a-wreck. And about an hour into the trip, my dad goes, we have to turn the heater on.
Oh, no.
It's the middle of the summer. And I'm like, why? And he was like, the car is overheating.
Why does the heater help?
It's a little trick. If your car is overheating, you turn on the heater.
Okay.
Because when you turn on the heater, it's going to get some of the heat out of the engine because it's blowing it into your car.
Oh.
When we got home, my sneakers had melted to the floor.
That is awesome.
Okay, we have a super chat that we're going to go pick the winner. Okay, Nancy, thank you so much for the $10 super chat.
I love you too.
Hi, I love you too.
Before you pick the winner,
I'm on a timing, so go ahead and I'm going to set it up.
You said that you pitched a tent. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I will never forget when I hear pitch a tent. I always think of this like pastor that came to speak at my church when I was growing up, and he was not a normal pastor, but he was coming to speak, and he was preaching on, and he was saying this one scripture where it says they pitched their tents on the plains of Moab. That was the scripture he was supposed to say. And he said very, very loud, they pinched their tits on the plains of Moab. And then he was like, oh my gosh, what did I just say? So he's trying to like fix it, and he couldn't stop singing. He's like, no, pinch their tits. No, pinched their tits. I thought my grandfather was going to have to be...
You're going to get us demonetized again. You know that, right?
Up off the floor.
Rachel's little thing on Monday, it caused us to have temporarily, we have to demonetize this video because somebody liked to say the word balls a little bit too much.
Well, don't get us in trouble again.
Okay, let's go over to this.
Pick a winner?
It's not pick a winner, it's Nightbot.
Nightbot.
So these are all of the eligible users. So there's 98 eligible people right now.
All right.
All ready?
Let's roll it.
Here we go. We're going to hit roll it.
Roll it. Carla!
The winner is Carla Reicher. Carla Reicher.
Reicher? Carla. It's Carla R. Awesome. Congratulations, Carla.
So, Carla, here's what you need to do. I got to put our little thing back on.
So, you need to send us an email at
2krazyketos.
Joe or info or
no,
what?
2krazyketos@gmail.com.
Okay, that'll do it.
2krazyketos@gmail.com.
Send us an email
with your shipping information,
your social security number, and the PIN number for your ATM card. No, I'm just kidding. Just your address and your name or whoever you would like to send it to. And we will send it out to you.
We will send it out to you. And thank you so much. And again, if you want Keto Break, there is a link down below. Again, we are not affiliated with them. We don't make any money. But when you use that link, it lets Robert and Crystal know that, hey, we sent you.
Yeah.
You know, we don't profit off of it. But it does, because they know that we're sending people.
They'll continue to send us stuff like
this, which we then get to give back to you guys.
Exactly. I love it. So Auntie Val says, Rachel, we must be related somehow. I hope so, because I love you, Auntie Val. My first car was a Ford Pinto, and I'm with you on the temperature for the best sleeping. Cold room, warm bed equals great. Yes. So Wright Family says, mine was a Metro 3-cylinder. Krista.
So Krista is the first person.
Okay.
It was a Hyundai Accent.
Krista, okay, so that's a different person. Different Krista R?
Krista Remp.
Okay.
Krista Remp
said
that the car from the chase.
So 2 Kristas won tonight.
2 Kristas won.
If your name is Krista and you live in the Orlando area, no, just kidding.
So as a matter of fact, you know what? We're going to give it to the first 3 people. We're going to give one to each of the 3 people.
Okay, so Krista, Keto on a Budget, and Scooter Geek. Congratulations,
because I don't
guys.
know, one of them may be just a bit of faster typer than the other.
Yeah, I know.
So,
well, thanks, because I hate it when I'm like, I didn't push send as fast as everybody else.
So here's what I want you guys to do. Send me an email. Send me this email at joe@twocrazyketos.com. joe@twocrazyketos.com. Just send me a little thing saying, hey, you know, I'm the one who won the free shirt. We will send you a coupon code, and then you can use that to get a shirt off of our website.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And again, we're super excited about 11,000 subscribers.
11,000 subscribers.
You guys are amazing.
Mike said, my first car I bought was a VW Rabbit. The catalytic converter rusted out. I replaced it with a piece of pipe. Yes, I committed a federal crime, but the statute of limitations is up, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
I know a lot of people who took the catalytic converters off of their cars.
I still think that the, like a VW Bug, I still think that is just such a cute car. And especially like the convertible kind. I don't know if I watch too much Herbie.
The old ones.
They're so cute.
Chris said, unfortunately, I'm not a car geek. I can only recognize like 20 different cars. Well, here's the problem. We were talking about this like even buying Rachel's car. They all look the same, right? You see a car, is that, let's see, that could be an Infiniti,
Hyundai,
it could be a Lexus, it could be a Volkswagen, who knows?
Which is fine if you've bought the cheaper car.
Right.
But if I've got some very expensive car, I want mine looking very different than everybody else's.
Right. You could buy a Lincoln Navigator or a Ford, and they look identical other than the silly little emblem or maybe a different grill.
That is not how it used to be, right? Like you would know.
Knew. Somebody was driving a Cadillac, you knew.
You knew. The Lincoln Town Car was like a boat.
Yes.
A boat.
Slavistic said, I barely remember the model of my own vehicles. I definitely don't know the model of another random car. Okay. I just thought it was funny because like it wouldn't drive fast.
My mom always had such a head for numbers. She always knew like my dad's social security number, like just ask, filling out a form. She knew her license tag, the number for her driver's license.
I know my license number by heart.
I'm like, how do you know all these numbers? And then, of course, whatever's the, make and model of her car.
I know my driver's license number by heart because I had to write it so many times, but I do not know my own son's phone number, and I don't know our license plate numbers. Do you know your son's phone numbers?
Speaking of our son and the phone.
No.
Ya boy, Anthony.
Your boy.
Ya boy.
The one who's got to film that video tomorrow.
Called me yesterday. So I get a call.
He almost didn't exist.
I got a call last night. And it says unlisted number, like no number.
Pause. This phone call last night was 3 minutes after we had finished filming, 5 minutes after we finished filming Preschool, and we get a phone call or a text message saying there is a chance that the church is not going to open this weekend. And we're like, we kind of need to know because we have to, if the building is opening, we have X lesson, and we have to have one for online as well because we're continuing with online. So we're like, if the building is opening, it's this lesson. If the building isn't opening, it's this lesson because the ones for when we're in the building are really cool, and we've had some awesome volunteers.
Yes.
Spent a lot of time making crafts and projects, and we don't want to waste them on an online only service.
Right.
So I'm already we finished filming, and now we get this text that like, hey, everything you've done.
Yeah, it could be undone.
May not work for this weekend. And we get a phone call from Anthony.
So we get a phone call, but it's not, it just says no number. And we've talked about this before.
We don't answer this.
I don't answer ones that say like the number is not available. It rings again.
I was mentioned.
Okay, so here's Anthony.
Here he is.
So it calls again, furiously calling, no number, no number, no number. Then it calls a third time, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like
one of our children's not home.
One of our children is not home, so this could be something. So I answer the phone, and it is like a recorded message that says, the Tamarack Police Department is calling me collect on behalf of Anthony Michael Stauffer. So it's using his middle name and everything like this. Will you accept the charges? So I was like, oh my gosh, what is wrong? So I'm answering furiously because all I can think of
And I'm thinking he got, because she's like, oh my gosh, what happened? And I'm thinking like he got into a car. That's all it, come on.
My cover story was I got into a fight defending somebody at Publix.
You have a 20-year-old who's out in a car. I'm thinking he's in a car accident.
So he said.
And so Rachel's relaying this through the phone to me.
Because Joe is just like, what is happening right now? And so Anthony's like, hey, mommy, like, it looks like I got picked up. There was a fight at Publix, and I was trying to help defend the person, and the police got called, and so I'm picked up, and you're going to have to get me to the station. And in my mind, I'm mentally already at, like, the bail bonds place, like, putting our house up as collateral.
And I'm yelling,
to bail him out.
Why are you an idiot helping somebody?
I know. Nice, Pastor Joe. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm just like, are you okay? And like freaking out. And he's like, just kidding.
At this point, I've already gone into the bedroom, slammed the door.
Yeah.
And I'm like going to the bathroom and like very angry. And I hear Rachel yelling, it's a joke. And I'm like, it's not funny.
She was laughing.
I was laughing, but it was like the like the laugh that you're just like so thankful.
Okay, here is the thing now, and I'm gonna ask you.
He pranked me good
because this is going to determine whether Sarah is allowed to marry you or not.
Did she say it was a good idea?
Was she okay with you doing this?
She said I did it, but I overruled her. She said I shouldn't.
Okay.
Welcome to the family, Sarah.
Welcome to the family, Sarah, because now I love you. Because,
yes.
By the way, he is not getting married anytime soon.
No, but like, oh my gosh.
What would you do if your child did this to you?
Yeah.
It's 9:42. We'll go a little bit longer.
Seriously.
So I'm curious, what would your child do if they did that to you?
Oh, Chris must have seen the cat. The cat.
CT said, okay, so the calm flavored ones have carbs. Now I need to look.
So Mike says, I crave the bitterness of the mag drops. Steph says, yes, the calming powder orange flavor you suggested has been a blessing. Yes, it does. Even my mom has used it a lot for leg cramps and things like that.
Now, I don't know what flavor they have, but we were just recently at BJ's.
By Dick's Sporting Goods.
Okay.
That one.
I was waiting for that. So we were at BJ's, and there was a coupon for Zip Fizz where I was looking for fruit punch for Rachel, which of course they didn't have. They had like blueberry, like who wants that? But I did notice that if you have a BJ's membership, they have the calming powder, and the jug was twice the size of what we get at Amazon for the same price.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was cheaper.
Yeah.
I did not pay attention to what flavor it is because we already have a bunch. But they do have the calm there, and it was very inexpensive. It was like $15 or $16.
Versus, I saw one at Walmart, and it was like itsy bitsy teeny
No, I get the big
yellow
one from
polka dot bikini. It was tiny.
We have that on like auto renewal.
All right, let's see. Jamie. Okay, so they're all people.
It just jumped.
Okay, there you go. Trying to get the keto brick. They're saying congratulations to Carla.
Congrats, Carla.
I think you need to go the other way, baby.
I actually ate my dinner with a spork tonight.
Oh, nice. Spork. I like that word too.
Oh, okay. So here, Defense says we have a rent-a-wreck in my city in upstate New York also. My friend got a car there that lasted 2 months, if that.
Yeah. Like, how long could it possibly last? I mean, what was wrong? It could be anything.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was bad. And again, it was rent-a-wreck. And we had to drive like 150 miles in it.
Is that one of those ones that you just unwrap whatever you're eating as a snack and just throw it right onto the floorboard? Because who is even going to notice? Who's even going to know?
Chris said, speaking of stuff dying and stopping and getting hit, I was riding a wave runner. My daughter was riding another one following me. Mine died and I stopped.
Oh my gosh. My daughter ran into my back at full speed, and the only thing that saved me from getting a broken back was my life vest. She knows not to follow closely now. Yeah, I guess so. Oh my gracious, I'm so glad that you avoided that.
Yeah, Chris said the heater works the same as a radiator. It really does help cool the engine in an emergency.
That's amazing.
See, you learned something tonight.
I did learn something tonight. Okay, so Steph says, usually pitch a tent means a male issue.
Oh my gracious. Get me demonetized.
I love it. Mike says, yesterday I ate the fillings from 3 tacos I got in a drive-thru with my bare fingers because they gave me no fork. Guacamole is not ideal without a spork. You are so right about that. But I've done it. Mm-hmm. You know what? I have a giant mouth. a giant mouth. I won't demonstrate, but
I have done that.
I can stick my whole fist in my mouth, and I have a really long tongue, and I have actually like licked the entire contents of a taco just like right out because we didn't have a fork or spoon, and I'm certainly not waiting to eat.
Carla said, thank you so much. Been wanting to try keto bricks. Congratulations on 11,000 subscribers. And again, you know, our feeling is this, is companies give us stuff, we're going to give it back to you. We have a lot of keto bricks. Anytime they come out with a new flavor, I buy 30 bricks.
So Deb says, is there a link on how to melt the keto bricks into candy molds?
We have, if you go to our YouTube channel, I do have a video on it. Maybe Chris can find it for us. And it's called How to Melt the Keto Brick. I mean, because we did it a long time ago. But basically, here's what you do. I cut it into 3, 4, 5 pieces. Put it into a bowl. You can use a silicone bowl or a glass jar or something like that.
I like the silicone.
In the microwave for like 30 seconds. Pull it out. Stir it around a little bit. Put it back in another 30 seconds.
This is what stirring looks like. I was demonstrating that.
And then you're gonna pour. We use the mini cupcake molds.
You can get them off Amazon.
One brick. The way I do it, one brick will fill 8 of those little mini cupcake molds up to the top. So you're gonna get 8 of them. 125 calories a piece, and I know everyone, because it's literally to the top, is how I divide it out. The one thing I'm going to tell you, when you're doing it, as you're pouring it, and right before you pour it, make sure you're always stirring it, because there's a lot of salt in keto brick, and what happens is it goes to the bottom. So if you don't stir it as you're pouring it, or
you get like 2 bricks that'll melt your face off salt-wise.
Yeah, I like that. Rachel loves that. But you're gonna get 6 of them that have hardly any salt, and then 2 of them that you feel like you're licking a salt brick.
Exactly. Okay, so another pro tip: make sure whenever you're working with those silicone molds that you have a tray underneath.
Put a cookie sheet underneath.
Put a cookie sheet underneath it, because those things like give, and I can't even tell you how much stuff I have dumped on the floor because I didn't have anything underneath it. Ooh. So I think Nancy says that she has a convertible bug.
That is so cool.
I love you, Nancy.
I saw somebody has a Mini Cooper. Melissa has a Mini Cooper.
Debbie says Mini,
Pearl
not
is
mine.
Mini Pearl.
Steph says, my first car was a Dodge Aspen, and my dad and I rebuilt the motor for it. What a nice daddy-daughter thing to do.
Carmen said vintage Volkswagen Bug is my dream car. Yeah. I actually have always told Rachel, I would love to own a Volkswagen Bug. First of all, they float. You can turn it into a boat.
Oh gosh, no, I don't want that, because you would try it.
I would absolutely try it. There are lots of people who have done that, where they put things on them and they can drive, they become like land sea vehicles.
What is the vehicle that Drew Barrymore uses in 50 First Dates? It's a Volkswagen of some sort, but it's longer.
I believe it's a 4-door Volkswagen convertible.
Ooh, I love that one. It's so beachy.
Somebody's going to know.
I love it.
Okay. Karen said, back in the 70s and 80s, I could tell you the make model of a car, no longer with all the new models.
Yeah, you can't tell. Brianna says, my chicken, Pansy, is watching you on my phone, and she thought she was going to win. Aw, how cute. Hi, Pansy.
Karen said, I'm so lucky my church opened up on Father's Day weekend.
That is awesome.
Mike said, nobody remembers phone numbers now because they just push a button on a cell phone. I know how someone who in jail could be only remember the number of his own business because it's spelled a word. We did make the kids, like, even though I don't know my own kids' phone numbers, I know Rachel's phone number, but I don't know her mom's number. We made them memorize our number, but I don't know my mother's phone number because it was the same number my whole life. And then about, 8 years ago, New York added a bunch of area codes, and they changed her numbers, and now I don't know her number anymore. I'll know her new number because she's moving upstate.
I can still remember my grandparents' number because we would learn things based on a song. It was like 7670884. I can still remember it.
I remember my grandfather's number. It was PL9.
Good God.
Yes.
Did you have to talk to Sarah on hey, Sarah, call, Good Lord. Was there like an operator running like a booth with metal things or sticking cords into holes?
Okay, so Karen said, I've been using MCT oil for years off and on. I am better to stay on that and am I better to stay on that or try to use powdered MCT oil?
Well, if you're used to using the MCT oil and that's what you're comfortable with, go for it. That's probably, I feel like I get the most punch of power from the oil, but the powder is usually comes in like delicious flavors. So I like the powder because it, you know, it mixes and makes my coffee taste
I was going to say, so
like salted caramel or
a lot of the time that
vanilla.
I use MCT oil powder, I keep a tub in my car.
Yeah.
So if we stop at Wawa, because you can't take MCT oil liquid and just pour it into a coffee. It's like a slick of oil on the top. So you really need like a good blender, either a stick blender or like a, you know, anything like that.
Some people just keep that in their purse, is a stick blender.
Yeah.
And then, you know, so you could do that.
You don't even like it like that. You want the full immersion because it gets really, really frothy.
I like to immerse myself in coffee.
So the powders mix better.
They do. Okay. It's like dust.
And they have flavors. So that's and they make it a little bit creamier. But it's
all of these things.
All of those things.
But it's a preference thing. And if you don't need a flavor, don't work yourself into a flavor if you don't need it.
Okay, so Jason Butler, hello.
Hey, Jason
said, remember to stir before you pour into the mold. The salt tends to settle to the bottom.
Heck yes. All right, so they're talking about Anthony. TC says Sarah is in and Anthony is out of the family.
Yes.
Shanta says, get the belt. Okay, so Keto on Budget said, what would I do? Make him go out and pick a switch? Oh my goodness. Stephanie says James is hooked on grape Zip Fizz. Well, we can send him all of ours. You know when they come in a package, it's like you get a fruit punch, you get the grape, and you get the orange. I can stomach the orange. I love the fruit punch and the grape.
Mike said Blueberry Waterloo is delicious. We saw, was it Waterloo today? Yes, we did. We saw Blueberry and I'm like,
Waterloo.
Ew. Is it? I guess we're going to have to try that.
Yes, Nancy says that my Zip Fizz always comes with a free blueberry. Yes, you always get like that bonus one, and it's some other.
If you buy it from Costco, yeah.
There's always some other flavor, and I think that that's a brilliant marketing strategy because you're trying other flavors. And I feel like I am Autumn when you get that box open and you're thinking like, please be, you know, it's like roulette, right? She always plays Zip Fizz roulette.
Right.
And I'm always going like, I hope it's lemon.
She likes the blueberry one.
I know, but like I'm always thinking, please let it be something else.
Right. Brianna said, my kids know I would not get that joke. I would be very angry.
I'm very okay, so I have heard people do prank things on the radio stations, and like the DJ is kind of like the architect of this, and he's like the mediator of it, and you call, and then the parents say things that are like terrible, right? Because they're angry and scared in that moment. And it wasn't. This was just Anthony doing it. I think he used like Google Translate or something to read it across the phone.
It wasn't funny.
But I gotta say, I felt so proud of my parenting thing. Now looking back, I did not use any 4-letter words. I didn't even yell.
I didn't use a 4-letter word, but I did yell. All I could think of is
I was just concerned for him, and I thought when I would listen to DJs doing these pranks on parents, I would think to myself, like, what would my response be? Like, don't call me because, like, I'm going to say something awful. Like,
well, didn't you say, like, when you were, like, your brother got in trouble once and he was like, please don't let that woman have me or something like that?
Oh, yeah. My brother got in trouble. So, like,
something silly.
So, well, I could say it. His friend had said that, you know, some other boy at school was mean to him. So, you know, my brother, like, going to be the friend, said, well, we'll go egg his house. And so they went to go egg his house. They egged the wrong house, and it was a police officer's house. So the police officer came out and like brought him to the, you know, teach him a lesson or whatever. And so they've got him in like this little local holding cell, and my mom comes to pick him up, and he says, do not release me to that woman. Keep me. Keep me. And I think the guy that he was with had to pretty much like, his parents made him write out the entire like Old Testament.
For me, I just remember, so when I was 20 years old, I had a severe car accident. I was in college. I was working in New York City. I had a car accident on the Taconic State Parkway in upstate New York, which shattered my ankle. And I spent 2 years on crutches. And my mom had to get that phone call at 4 o'clock in the morning. I
can't even imagine.
And so I cannot tell you how many times I have apologized to my mom for putting her through that.
Just having
now
the
that
phone
we
call.
have kids.
Yeah.
Because I cannot imagine, because they took me to Peekskill Hospital, which, if you're old like me,
Facts of Life?
You're going to know that Peekskill is where Facts of Life was based.
Take the good, you take the bad,
So,
take them both. And
she had a 2-hour drive
from
her house to where I was in a hospital.
Wow.
And so I can't even imagine what that 2-hour car ride was. Like, she had no idea. She just literally got a phone call. Your son was in a horrendous car accident, and you need to get up here to the hospital.
Lord.
Didn't know what happened. So I guess because I know what I put my mother through.
You always worried about a phone call.
That phone call really put me through the roof because I mean, thank God it was a joke, but yeah.
You're so grounded. I don't care if you're 20.
Keto on a Budget likes the blueberry one for the Zip Fez.
We're still friends. It's okay. Steph says.
Steph gave us another $2. Thank you so much, Steph.
The 1973 Volkswagen yellow thing. Yes, it was called a thing. It was called a thing. You're right.
I did not know that.
That's a cool car, right? That is a rad car. The thing. They're saying the thing.
Okay.
So
Shanta's first car was a 1998 Chevy Cavalier. That was my car that I had my car accident in. It was a Chevy Cavalier.
I liked the Cavalier, but it was a distinctive looking car.
She said, second car, worst mistake ever was a PT Cruiser, piece of trash. Now I have my mom's 2005 Ford Escape and my Chevy Malibu. Not big on cars, but hopefully we'll have my pickup.
Ooh, I like pickup.
When we were looking at cars a while ago, and for the kids, we were looking at PT Cruisers, and when we saw some of the reviews on those things,
there were so many out there for sale.
Yeah, and anytime there's that many cars for sale of a specific one, there's something is wrong.
What's up with that? So Miriam said, we don't know when our church will start back. I saw Keto in the Chaos, who has a second channel called Hide and Seek. If you haven't checked it out, it's really interesting. I just love seeing her beautiful family. And they had video up about, they had started back in Father's Day.
I thought it was interesting. They went back to church, and she was like, yeah, we went back to church.
30 people.
There were 30 people in the church, including our family.
And we were
the bishop, and their family is 10.
How cute is that? They were 1/3 of the people back at church.
Mike said, I have a lot of keto bricks, also in keto bars too. I don't eat them fast. I drink 2 keto chows per day and like to cook barbecue.
I am all about the barbecue.
Speaking of barbecue, because I saw Heath put up, he does also have a video on how to melt them down. If you want to see, you want to get some meat envy, go over to Hungry Heath's YouTube channel.
Please.
Because I turn that on, or I look in our Facebook family group at his pictures, and I get meat. I wish that I had the budget for his meat bill.
It is gorgeous.
It is the most awesome food.
It's
then I look down at my eggs and I'm like,
it's gorgeous. It's absolutely
it is awesome.
Gorgeous. And but here's the thing though, you have more money to put into good quality, delicious food because we're not spending that money someplace else.
That's right.
Like on medicine.
Okay,
PJ Thomas.
Hello. More. We just jumped again. Right family said we are just separating by family now. If we need more strict, then we have the option.
Yeah, that's good.
Rhonda said, I have a portable frother that's enclosed in a case. Y'all just pull off the top, froth, and put it back on the top.
I love
that's
that.
Really cool.
I don't know what we had one. I don't know what happened to it. Did it just finally die?
No, it gets thrown in a cabinet by one of the kids, and good luck finding it now. I have a pet peeve of everything needs to go back into the right place in the kitchen, and when the kids empty the dishwasher, it never goes I'm like, this is supposed to be the bakery drawer with all of the measuring spoons.
We're like the odd couple. Every single drawer is a junk drawer to me.
And I'm like, not only that, I want all the measuring spoons. We have the ones that are magnetic. I want them all put back in place because otherwise you lose them.
You do.
I want all of the lock and locks to be stacked back in.
Wouldn't that be gorgeous?
It doesn't ever happen.
No, it does not.
Until I once a week or once every 2 weeks go through the kitchen and reorganize everything. But that's how things get lost.
And I supervise that sweep of organization, and I cheer him on in his efforts.
Well, honestly, it's not you. It's our children.
I don't help that situation, though.
No. Well, you do help.
Thank you. I hope
Renee said the guy wanted me to be at home 1,000 through the day so they can work, and my schedule is too full to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, she's telling. So Renee, she said the guy charged again. I guess for her air conditioner. Had to thaw the coils, turned it on now. Will be replaced altogether on Saturday.
Well, that was the thing. So Mom had gotten like the shutters on, and so she, in her like closing them to check them, some of them didn't close all the way. So she's like, hello, before I give you that last check, you're going to have to come out here. I want them to actually close. All of them, I would like to actually
I've
close.
never even heard this. Carmen said my first car was a 1980 Opel Kadett, a four-banger. I've never even heard of that car.
An Opel Kadett. I would totally drive something called an Opel Kadett. That sounds like super fun, right?
Oh, so here you go. He said, trick number 1 for my meat budget. We're child-free.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, so that is plan numero uno.
Yeah.
That will also cut down on your laundry budget and your air conditioning budget.
I remember when the kids were little and they'd be like, how come we don't have money like so-and-so? And I'm like, because they don't have kids.
Yes.
When they have kids, you'll see a very different thing.
If Anthony gives me one more of those prank calls, we're about to cut our budget.
He said trick number 2, we went full-blown carnivore.
Yes, that makes a huge difference too, because you're not having to buy like all of the extras and stuff and snacks that we haven't quite kicked yet.
April, Michelle Goes Keto said, can we go ahead and jump to next year because all the social distancing stuff is over. It's so dumb.
Couple more months and we will be done, right? Like, I can't believe we are heading toward August. We've been inside since March.
So Mike said our church is starting up in 2 weeks in small groups of 45, sitting every other row, one speaker, no visiting masks required, wiping down everything afterwards.
Yeah.
We were going back this weekend and we have somebody who attends the church and is a volunteer as a pest control company. They were going to come in and they have this special thing that it's a disinfectant that they were to spray in between every service, all the chairs. It works on like cloth material, so like the rugs, the cloth bench seats.
And we even have a procedure out that like a trolley for if there's in the toddler room, for instance, they would be touching like certain toys that is just like moving to this cart outside that we are wiping down every single toy that every kid touches, even in between services. Like, yeah.
Shelly said, Joe, I'm the same way, very OCD. I wouldn't say I'm OCD about
I would, though.
I'm a very disorganized person in a lot of places. But we have a tiny kitchen.
We do.
And
well, I mean, it's not tiny compared to some.
No, but we don't have a lot of storage, and we have a lot of kitchen gadgets.
Our old house felt like a camp kitchen.
But we have a lot of kitchen gadgets, and I like to know.
Whose fault is that?
I'm the only one who cooks, so I want to know where everything is. So when I can't find something, I get very aggravated, especially because what happens is I can't find it, so I go out and buy another one, and then I find it.
Always.
Like, we have one of those robot vacuums. So I had ordered.
We don't buy a new one of those every time you can't find it.
No, I ordered a new one of the brushes, right?
Okay. Yes.
It sat out here for about 3 weeks.
Did.
We finally went to change it. I can't find it.
Gone.
I can't find it. Now I have to order a new one, and I know the second that new brush shows up,
it is somewhere with that other sock in the laundry that like is just a rogue sock. The dish ran away with the spoon, and the sock ran away with the Roomba brush.
Steph said I've been having 2 keto jars a day and super eggs and sometimes bacon, chicken, or some kind of meat. Ooh. Loving it. 1 Zevia and 1 Zip Fizz. Also, rest coffee or water.
All about the coffee and water. Yes, and I did have an Aldi root beer today. I love that.
Yeah, it's
that
really
stuff
good.
Is really actually good.
Carrie said, do you have a link or a code for Keto Break? Now, again, we're not affiliated with them. Just Robert and Crystal are super awesome people. We love Keto Break. I've been buying them.
Chris actually linked the theme.
I've been buying them since, like, they were, like, maybe 30 to 50 available at a time on an order. And so, yeah, we do have a link, and the link is just so that they can track that, hey, we sent you there.
Yeah.
So we appreciate if you use it so they know that we sent you there.
Joe is being you are being Joe. I'm the same way with the dishwasher and the kitchen.
I do want to say, if you have never tried Keto Bricks,
The chocolate.
Some people love them. Some people, it does. They are not super sweet.
No.
They're not like a candy bar replacement. No. Like you can go with a keto bar, either the perfect keto bar or the original keto bar.
They're not as sweet as keto chow.
No, they're a meal replacement bar. They're 80% fat, and it's 1,000 calories if you eat the whole bar.
It's really for somebody who is like, I need a meal replacement, and I want like perfect keto macros. Like, it is very difficult to achieve an 80% fat ratio for 1,000 calories. Like, that is a very difficult thing to do.
With good, clean ingredients.
Exactly. That's hard to do. So if you're like, I don't want to have to think about it, but I want 80%, this is it. And let me tell you, this looks like it would not be enough.
It's very, very filling.
But it is like, I have a hard time, and y'all know I could eat the horse and rider. I have a hard time getting this down because of the 80% fat.
When we do like Fast for God, or just sometimes we just like need a reset, I love to combine keto bricks with keto chow, because between the two, I get all my calories in, and I get all of my electrolytes and my nutrients and everything else. So I'll drink like 2 keto chows and eat a keto brick. That's 2,000 calories. I'm good for the day.
What is the flavor of the week this week for keto chow?
Chocolate peanut butter.
It's the perfect ice cream.
And there's a link down below, and if you use that link, you get 10% off every time you use the link.
Whether you've used it before or not.
It's on all of our videos for the last 2 weeks. It's also on our website, so anytime you use our link for keto, we don't have a coupon code with Keto Chow, but if you use our link, you get 10% off of it.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying, they're very different. One bar is going to be $12 because he's shipping it to you priority mail.
Don't do it that way.
So if you've never tried one, maybe you just want to spend $12, but I would always go with the bundle pack or a week or the 2-week supply, because you're getting, it's a lot cheaper.
I like that
it's like $6.50 to $7
I like
a bar.
that they're doing a bundle pack, because then you can taste a variety of stuff, because that was always a lot of people's kind of beef, was if I didn't like that, that flavor, I'm all in though, because I bought a whole bunch.
Now, because it is summertime, they may come melted. They may arrive at your house melted, because it's got a lot of coconut oil and stuff in there.
Yeah.
But that's what's cool about these packages. It may be a little deformed on a brick, but 90% of us melt them down anyway. So it's still good. Just stick it in your refrigerator, let it harden back up. Although, I would harden it back up before you remelt it.
If you want to feel like a monster though, try gnawing it right off of the brick.
Chris said I still need to make a full keto a full meal of keto chow as Muddy Buddies. I'm going to. I've got that video. I have not shown it to Rachel, so I'm gonna do it. And yeah, we're gonna make those things. They're really awesome.
Ooh. Okay, so Jennifer is saying that the malt flavored keto bricks don't melt down well, probably because it has the chocolate malt.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem melting them down, but I know you have to constantly really mix it up. They're a little different because they're using their whey protein.
Keep that keto brick stirring.
Any other ones real quick?
Patty ordered a chocolate peanut butter this week.
Christopher said half a brick is my second meal of the day. A lot when we are busy because I can't eat late at night. I take them to baseball games.
So Renee is talking about her patients and says, I cover such a large area though, Corpus, and haven't had any patients positive. One self-quarantined due to a positive housekeeper. Man, we are thinking about you, Miss Renee. Thank you for just continuing to do what you are doing. You are awesome.
Mike said, I heard something funny said on Keto Connect video the other day. Yeah, that Atkins, I believe it was Atkins, trademarked the name Keto Made Easy, which was the name of their first cookbook.
That's kind of a butt thing to do.
Anybody else?
Shelly's talking about tri-tip.
Tri-tip salad with Redmond seasoning salt on it.
Yum.
I love that stuff.
A little bit of Chef Chamois in the middle.
Yes.
Chef Chamois.
Christopher said, obviously with dill pickle pork rinds, you'd have to switch to the chicken soup keto chow. Ooh, that sounds good.
We had some pork rinds earlier today.
We did. We made chicken breast.
Couldn't be easier.
Chicken breast. We just used a can of chicken breast.
Dried it out first though.
No, I didn't dry it out.
You put it in the microwave and heated it
to warm it up. I warmed it up. I drained it.
You drained it.
Put it in the microwave, warmed it up. Put 1 ounce of mozzarella cheese with a half a serving of Rayo's. I love when you say mozzarella. Half a serving of Rayo's on top. Melted the cheese, heated it back up, and then poured it over the top of 2 servings of the Porking Good pizza pork rinds.
It was delicious.
So it's like chicken parmesan nachos.
But it was like dinner in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, Steph said my diabetes doctor has been calling me all week wanting me to go in. No blood sugar issues, type 2 reverse, so no way I'm going near any medical places and chancing getting sick when nothing is wrong.
No, I think that is such a great attitude to have. Yeah, if it ain't broke, we're not fixing it right this second.
Okay,
like,
so
no.
It's 10:10. We've been on an hour and 40 minutes.
10:10.
It's 10:10.
10:10. That sounds like a Star Wars figure. 10:10. Or is it Tauntaun? It's Tauntaun.
It's Tauntaun. And we're gonna get off.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comment section.
Okay.
Even after we get off.
Yes.
We need a topic for our vlog tomorrow.
Ooh, all right. What question?
We'll give you guys a couple more minutes. We need a topic for the vlog
What question
tomorrow.
should we ask?
We need a question that we can put out there for you guys that we can talk to during. I know the vlog's tomorrow or Friday. Or Saturday, but
put it out there.
Put it out there. So I need a question, like what should be our topic for our next vlog? Anybody got one real quick?
We have.
Because you guys are so awesome and staying on even though we're idiots talking for an hour and 40 minutes because we just want to hear our voices.
You have a very big honeydew project this weekend.
I do have a big honeydew project, which my honey is not going to be super happy about one of them, and that is I know you really want me to build a self-watering, which I know how to do it. I cannot find a 55-gallon drum.
I'll find it. I'm on it.
I'm also a little concerned about a 55-gallon drum of water in the summer in Florida. Sitting. Mosquitoes. And my wife doesn't like mosquitoes.
I don't like mosquitoes, and they don't like me.
So I need to find a 55-gallon drum that's got a cover on it.
Okay.
Because originally we were going to use just one that didn't have a cover.
Yeah.
I need to find a plastic one that's been cleaned out, that I have a cover on it. Or I love it like a 30-gallon one. And then we can run just the tube in and let the water sit in there.
That's another good word.
But again, then we also have to worry about like,
flip the tube.
We have to worry about algae growing in it. I mean, it's only chicken, so who cares? But okay. Does anybody given us anything yet?
I'm almost used to Keto Made Easy with the Keto Chow logo. Then I saw that Keto Connect used that for their cookbook. Yes. Jennifer said, what you
Topic
eat.
for vlog.
We love to hear it.
Video victories.
How many calories to consume? Non-weight loss keto victories. Maybe you could trademark Keto Made Difficult. That one's still free. I feel like I could do anything made difficult.
So wait, I want to get myself clear. Maybe people people are saying non-skill victories. So you know how like a lot of our vlogs we've been putting out a question like, what grinds your gears? So something simple where you guys can respond like on Twitter, Instagram, something like that.
Like
so
they're saying,
non-skill victories
what
are
would be
good.
a non-skill victories?
Maybe
what's your favorite go-to food? What are you
That's
eating?
a good one. I like that one too. I like something that a lot of people could participate in.
Non-scale victories help with weight loss.
That is just a vlog help with weight loss. We are actually in the process. I don't want to talk about it too much because I want it to be a good video.
It's
we
surprise.
are working on a video right now on how to deal with a weight loss stall. But it's going to be a really good, informative video. But we're testing it on ourselves first, so it's going to take us a week or so to do. What?
It will.
It will.
It will take us at least that long.
Okay. Vlog. Favorite quick meal.
Favorite quick meal.
Awesome.
I love that. Stephanie says, explain and remind if a person should be more concerned with protein or fat, and does it hurt to exceed protein? Is it okay to eat lower fat so you can burn natural fat?
I'm going to answer that right now.
Okay.
It is absolutely okay to exceed your protein.
All right.
These people who you're going to find in some of the Facebook groups who are going to tell you, or Dr. Berg.
Wow, you just said
it. Don't listen to people that are going to tell you if you eat too much protein, you're going to get kicked out of ketosis.
Okay.
It's nonsense. Okay, it's just not true. Go to Maria Emmerich's website and she'll talk about it a lot too.
He's so cute, Mr. Joe.
Okay. Eating too much protein is not going to kick you out of ketosis. Your body needs protein, and you need more protein than you think you need. You need it for your hair. You need it for your nails. You need it just to feel good. If you don't, you're going to get horrible sleep. You need protein. If you don't have enough protein, your muscles are going to start breaking down.
Well, that's not good for anybody.
You need protein. You want to have a minimum protein. So if you figure out your macros, that protein, that's the minimum. Okay, that's the minimum. But if you exceed it, don't worry about it. A lot of times on my macros will exceed my protein but not hit my fat. Protein is a goal. You need a certain amount of protein per day. Then your carbs is a limit. Don't go over 10, 15, 20 total carbs depending on what you've set for yourself. 30 total carbs. Don't go over that, but you don't have to hit it. Don't feel like, ooh, I've got 15 carbs. I need to hit that to finish my day out. No, you don't. You're fine. In fact, what you can do is if you have 10 carbs left for the day that you don't think you're going to eat, tack it onto protein, and you can have, because it's the same amount of calories. So it's roughly, if you're eating good food, it's roughly the same 4 calories per gram. So if you've got 10 carbs left, which you're going to waste on fruit punch Zip Fizz, switch that over and eat 10 more grams of protein.
Okay.
So you can do something like that, which is a serving of pork rinds.
But the fat, though.
The fat, you're going to use it. You need it at the beginning to get you to your next meal because you're trying to switch your body over to being fat fuel. But then eventually you want to switch to your body fat, and the more fat you have that you're going to consume, the more it's got to burn before it gets to your body fat. So that's a lever. Use it to get to your next meal, but you don't have to hit your fat goals.
I feel like the fat is like my ticked off button. So like when we started this, I could get ticked off if I really didn't get enough fat to satiate me. And we've been able to like rein that back as we have shifted from the fat that I eat to the fat that's on my saddlebags on the sides of my body.
Now I will say this. First of all, eating too many calories.
Yes.
Okay. And what I mean by too many, we talk about calorie counting. I don't believe in necessarily calorie counting because a calorie is not a calorie. It's not. People will say, well, you can eat 100 calories of sugar and 100 calories of steak. It's the same thing. No, it's not. It's completely different.
Is it?
And there's no way of knowing exactly how much your body is going to burn. But if you're eating way more food than you're exercising, if you're eating, 15 pounds of meat and you're not getting out of bed, you're most likely going to put on some weight if you can force yourself to eat that much food.
Or you're going to go, even if you're losing, it's going to be very slow. You're going to have way more stalls. So it's a lot of it too has to do with what is your timetable? Are you going to get upset?
But that doesn't mean undereat, because then you're going to slow down your metabolism and screw it up the way we did. But what I wanted to say is that basically keto is a starvation mode. It's the way your body is going to not starve to death.
Right.
It starts burning, it's turning its fat into ketones for fuel. So if you're eating at a caloric surplus, like a lot more calories, then your ketone levels will be lower.
Right.
That's okay. You don't need high ketone levels.
No, we're not upset by
but
that.
the more of a calorie deficit you're in, the higher your ketones will be. Also, when you don't eat a lot of fat, if you don't have a lot of fat, if you're eating more fat, like adding an MCT oil, you'll have higher ketones. But again, don't chase numbers. You don't need high ketone readings.
Yeah.
That's a good place to end for the night.
I love it. Wrong lever, Kronk. Emperor's New Groove.
We really appreciate you guys for sticking with us for, almost 2 hours.
Thank you, guys.
We just like to hear ourselves talk.
I like to hang out with them.
I love hanging out with you
I hear you talk all the time.
So thank you for joining us. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for supporting us. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the little like button on it. It really does help the channel grow.
And for all the winners out there, don't forget to send us an email so that we can give you keto bricks and shirts.
You also want to make sure you hit the little bell button. Monday's Keto on the Couch will be taped.
It will.
It will be taped. However, sometime between now and next Thursday, there will be a live.
Will it be?
But we don't know when it's going to be. So the way you're going to know when we're going to go live is at least an hour before we go live.
I'm not very good at it.
We're going to put a thing on YouTube saying we're going live.
Yes.
But that's how you're going to know. So you have to be subscribed and hit the little bell button so that you know we're going to go live.
Sneak attack.
So have a good night, guys.
We love you.
Bye.